or I hold a special place for it in my heart. But this was cool because it was the entire album on Laserdisc, and I don't have the remote. Hang on, let me see if I can find the remote. Alright, cool, found the remote. So this is and then you pause it, you just get a blue screen. But it's We Built This City and Sarah, the first two tracks. And let me go back to chapter 0. You get the videos, and then you get the entire album after that. And the cool thing about this is that's the analog audio. That's the digital audio. So then we'll go to track 3, and then you just get, it's the album in both analog and digital. And yeah, I know you can't really tell the difference, but if you have this thing cranked, you can hear a little bit of a difference between the two. So yeah, this was, when I found this, I was just completely psyched. Because a buddy of mine, when I was in kindergarten, we used to sing We Built This City, and just yell it. We used to get in trouble with the teachers all the time. There's my kitty kitty. So when you put the wrong side in, program material is only on the other side of this Laserdisc video disc. Laser video disc. And those are the frames going crazy. I wonder how fast I can make it go. And that's it. So yeah, and actually in a comparison, I'll show you. This is a vinyl LP. It's in dire need of cleaning. I know that's the worst way to clean an album. Shut up. If you notice, they're the same size. Just the hole in the difference, or the hole in the center is different. So when I saw my teacher pull this out of its sleeve, I thought, what the hell is that? And I didn't care what it was. I wanted one because it was shiny. But, yeah, so that's a Laserdisc. They have S-video outputs. Don't use them. Well, you can try and see what one looks better. Natively, they use, what is it? Just the yellow composite output. But you can try S-video. Basically, when you use S-video, it uses the internal comb filter in the Laserdisc player. When you use composite, it uses the comb filter in the TV. So it depends on which one you know, which one looks better for you, which device that you have would have a better comb filter in it. And this thing is having the hardest time focusing. So that's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, you could do all kinds of cool things. This is a very basic player. Level select. I don't really know exactly what that... Oh, you can tell it just to use audio 1, 2. Because, oh, what you would do is... These didn't have, at least the ones I know of, I don't know of any that do, have a built-in, you know, Dolby Digital decoder or, you know, DTS decoder or anything like that. But a lot of these discs had that, and I don't know of any that I have right offhand that have it that I brought up. But if you switch to the analog channel, you would just hear static. Just, you know, and you could use that level select or audio select option to just do that. The other thing is sometimes what they'll do, I know, I think it's True Lies, has audio commentary on the analog tracks, and on the analog left track is the English commentary, on the analog right track is the Spanish commentary. Another disc I have has the director's commentary on the one track and the actor commentary on the other, and then on the digital tracks it's just the regular movie, you know, soundtrack. So they did some cool things. You know, they made it work. I'm trying to think of anything else. I know this is getting kind of boring and repetitive, but again, been up all night, bored as hell. So I figured I'd do this. I'm trying to think what else. Well, I would say Google it if you're curious. I mean, these things are actually very, very cool. There were recordable Laserdiscs, except it wasn't really a Laserdisc. It was a disc in a cartridge that you could record onto. And I can't do this with one hand. There we go. And it was not compatible with any Laserdisc player, even if you took the disc out of it, blah, 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 blah. I don't know too much about them, but I know they're about $40,000. And the media was very expensive and was only used for product demos and things like that. My mother worked at a car dealership. It was a Buick dealership, and they would ship promotional materials on these cartridges and put them in their machines, and they had players. And literally, it was like, you know, for the new Riata when it came out. And I remember we couldn't afford a babysitter, so I used to go hang out in the office above the shop when everybody would leave after 5 o'clock. She'd pick me up after school, and I would hang out up there and play with all the stuff. And also play inside all the cars and things like that. Now you wonder why I love Buicks. But, yeah, I mean, that's that. Audio on these things is phenomenal. Especially, I don't know, everybody tells me I'm nuts, but I like the analog tracks. The digital tracks also sound phenomenal, being that they're, you know, in comparison. The analog tracks, if mastered properly, actually do sound really good. They just lack a lot of bass, and that has to do with the noise reduction that they have to use. So I don't know. I mean, it's a toss-up. But regardless, if you're comparing DVD to Laserdisc as far as sound quality, Laserdisc all the way. I mean, it's night and day. Also, there's no jitter because it's analog. If you have, you know, fast action scenes on a DVD, because it uses digital compression, there's a lot of jitter. There is none on this. It's just straight up image. And a lot of videos when they brought them over, a lot of movies when they brought them over to DVD, just, I don't know, they didn't master them right, and they look like crap. So a lot of people are going back to the Laserdiscs. There was another version, I think it was called a CED, and it was a cross between this and this. And it was basically a disc inside of a cartridge that a needle read and produced a picture. And it was fairly low resolution. It was better than the videotapes of its day, if there even were videotapes. No, there were, but it was rare. Look it up. I think it's called a CED. And I remember somebody that had one, and it looked okay. And it wasn't great, but you know, you had to replace the stylus or the needle, and This guy really didn't use his all that much, simply because he couldn't get these parts anymore. But yeah, but the Laserdisc players, there's a reason I bought 2 of them. And I'm glad, because one's dead now. And as soon as I get more money, I'm going to be buying more of these things. I have a bunch of them. I just only brought a few out. So that's that. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling. And all right, have a good one. Bye. All right, there's one more thing I thought of, and this is probably one of the best parts of it. You put the disc in, you hit play. Actually, it's going to search. Let's see, but it'll remembers the last place you were at. So hold on. Open. Focus. All right. Close. All right. This is the coolest part. Disc in, it starts spinning up, and you get the Columbia Pictures thing. Normally on a DVD, you're stuck here, and then they give you the FBI warning that we will screw up your life if you even try to copy this, because we're God. And you get this crap. All you got to do with Laserdisc, let's fast forward past all this, and look at that. There you go. Now, this one, when they recorded it, focus, there's no tracks. It's just one huge track, so you can't skip ahead or back. Most of this is an anomaly. This is weird the way they did it. Most of these have, like you saw before, chapters, and you would just skip through chapters like you would on a CD player. So when the FBI warning comes up, boom, switch, skip right past it. Who cares? But this one, because it's just like a DVD or a VHS, you just fast forward through it. So anyway, you don't have to sit there. You're not bound to a menu. You know, you don't have the stupid DVD menus that you got to deal with. You just hit play and play the damn movie. I mean, really, that's all we want. And there's no copy protection either. I'm going to sit and watch this. This is cool. A, B. So anyway, have a good one. I like the sound of it. Keen, if you know this, the group Keen, they recorded their stuff all digital, as well as do 90% of the other musicians out there. Donald Fagen, The Nightfly, was one of the first albums recorded fully digital, and oddly enough, it sounds incredible.